Hey guys, I'm going to talk about something that is huge as far as your ability to succeed, your ability to achieve your goals, and ultimately your happiness in life. And that's deep, right? But it is, and has to do with desires, temptations. Things that we want to do, that we feel like doing, uh, but we know that's not going to be good for us, or it can potentially be bad for us. Okay, and the idea for this video came when I was talking to a client of mine, and she's talking about wanting to eat all sorts of shit and eat badly, basically. And she said, "What's wrong with me that I want to eat this way?" And what I said is like, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to eat that way. The problem is the fact that because you want it, you think you have to do it. And although the conversation was about food, but this applies to everything. You know, it can apply to food. It can apply to your desire to go on social media when you know it's going to be a waste of time. It can apply to sex. You can apply to alcohol if you have a problem with drinking. Any addiction. It can apply to road rage. It can apply to anything that you have the impulse, the desire to do, but it's going to have a negative consequence in you. And the gist of it is this: there's nothing wrong with wanting something. In fact, you have no control of what you want. Like, we'd like to have it, but you really don't. But a desire is not an order. Let me say this again. A desire is not an order. Now, when I heard that, first time I came across that, I struggled with it for a long time, because I was like, yeah, oh my God, that is so true. A desire is not an order. But inside of me, I was like, wait, if I have a desire to do something, especially if it's strong enough, unless I do it, it's just going to stay there, riveting my attention. It's going to be all I'm going to be thinking about. And I struggled with that for a long time, until I realized that there are things in my life, desires, that I was already in control of all the time. We all do. You do. We all do. For me, it was things like sleeping in. I had clients to take care of it. People who counting on me. I couldn't just sleep in every time I wanted, right? But I guarantee every time that alarm clock went off, I wanted to sleep in. Spending money compulsively. You want something, you see you could buy it because you have credit cards, but at some point you're gonna have to pay for it. And I'm like, well, and I realized what I did on those times is that I looked at the bigger picture. And that is the trick. And that is the formula. Whenever you have a desire, you ask yourself, is this something that's going to be good for me? It's going to add to my life, to my goals, to the image I have of myself? Or is that something that could potentially be bad, or it's just going to be bad? And sometimes it's going to say, yeah, you know what? It'll feel good and it's going to be good for you. Awesome. Sometimes it's going to be neutral, or it's going to have little consequences. You be the judge of how big the consequences are of something that you do. But sometimes it's going to be, unequivocally, no. It's either going to be bad or it can have bad consequences, like road rage, for example, right? A lot of times you're gonna get away. Somebody cuts you off. It's like it's an opportunity. You want to go and cut him back off. Why? You know? Yeah. 99 times out of 100, you're gonna get away. It's just gonna be one person pissed off at another. Not good for you. Not good for him. But at one time, it could cost somebody else's life. Could cost financial, ruin for you or for somebody else. It can have consequences. It's just not worth it. So when you ask those questions, and as far as anything, and you honestly answer it, then it makes it easier for you to keep your eye on the bigger picture, and that's the key. Okay. Now another key that a lot of people don't realize, though, is that you must honor the desires, so to speak. Don't judge it. You have no control over it, like I said. So don't say it shouldn't be there. It's there, and learn how to sit with it. Ooh, it's hard, but I'm keeping my eye on the bigger picture. It just feels like, oh my God, I just want to do it. Whatever it is, I just want it. But I have something bigger waiting for me right here. That's why I'm not going to do it. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not denying it. I'm not saying it's not there, it's not there, it's not there, blah, blah, blah. No. You're not saying it shouldn't be there. You're not saying, oh, I'm going to resist. No. Sit with it. This is what I want is right there. Not this right here. It's right there. And here's the cool thing. The more you do that, the better you get at it. It's like your mind is really, really, really trainable. It's something that I hope I can convey to you with my videos. You can train your mind little by little by understanding that if you stay at it, you can get anything. So if you train yourself to look at the big picture and sit with those desires, what's going to happen is three things. Eventually, those impulses are going to come less often. When they do come, they're going to be weaker. And when they do come, they're going to stay in the forefront of your mind for a shorter period of time. Until one day, it's like almost not there. Always be careful, because at that time that is almost not there, sometimes that's when you can fall and make a mistake. And we all do. We're all humans. Happens to me, happens to you, happens to the best of us. But be careful of those times. Now here's the cool thing about this whole thing I just said. Sometimes those desires are going to be crazy, right? If it's a strong desire, it's going to be like a child throwing a temper tantrum inside of you. You just want it. That's all you're going to be able to think for a long time. And part of you is going to be saying, I just can't do it. I just got to give in because. But the cool thing is that right there, when it's hard, that is your chance to be strong. That is going to separate you from the others. Because it is the people, those of us who master our actions in spite of our desires and all that, those are the ones who live that kind of life. Because most people, truly, honestly, most people just go, from desire to desire. I live reactively is what I say, right? They do this today, do that today. They need to do this. They need to do this. Always need. Never what they have as a goal. So those of us who have that mastery over action, so to speak, control over your desires, are the ones who live, a super life. I'll see you in the next video.